Good afternoon, everybody. I just thought I'd pop on. Why not? Nothing else to do for a while, so let's see how it goes. Links in the chat. If anybody else wants to get on, I'll just sit here and wait for people to turn up. Is it just a random because I felt like it? I had a little bit of extra time, so I thought, why not? If anybody's interested, I just thought I'd lob on and see how we're all going. What am I doing? Hitting wrong buttons here. Give me a sec while I no. Yeah, I did him, yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I've got everybody. Hey, there he is. I'll get him. Yeah, got him. I think I've got everybody now. Yep. It is actually, yeah. I just thought, no, what the hell? If anybody wants to get on and talk a bit of king size bunk bed. Yeah, no, it's just a chair. It's just a random stream because I didn't know what to do for the next probably 40-45 minutes, as I'd expected Matt to go on a bit longer. So I thought I'd have my lunch and why not? Nothing else going on. So if anybody else wants to, get on, talk about life, we've got daylight saving coming up. There we go. Here's Charles.
Hey,
good afternoon, Charles.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I just thought I'd get on for a random stream because I was expecting Matt to finish at about 2:00. So thought I'd just get it going, do something. Yeah, just do something to pass the time.
No, that's cool. No, I did that. I did that one night too.
Yeah.
I remember you came on my little live stream.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna. I've got one queued up or scheduled for Friday morning because it's the Ken Heron week off. There he is, Dan. He's coming on.
Are you sure?
Nipples going?
Hey, Dan.
Hey. It's all happening here. Yeah, as I said, I wasn't expecting Matt to end this early, so I thought while he nicks off, I'll nick on. So, yeah. So what's up with everybody?
Charles.
Dan.
How dare you look at me in such a manner, sir? That face is full of attitude, I can tell.
Yeah.
Well, tough nuggets.
Maxie's in here.
Yeah.
He's on the same tip I am, man. DJI.
Yeah.
I've been on that tip since like 2010.
God, didn't even know. I didn't even know they were around in 2010.
So that's when drones really got kicked off, man. That's when the first real drones started to like change. See, I've been
Oh,
doing this.
okay. I
Maxie's
know from 2014 because that's when I got a bit of a sniff of it. But it
Well,
wasn't until the pandemic started that I thought, oh, I better get out there and get one.
Maxie's
Because all
been.
the cool kids do that.
That's what the cool kids do, bro. But
Yeah.
Maxie's been doing this about as long as I have, man. Shit, I started in like
Yeah,
2010 or
yeah. Well,
12.
Max is the king of kings when it comes to that. So
Nobody's nuts are as big as yours, Dom.
really, okay.
I don't even know how you get on the tube, bro. You got to drag those things in, set them like you just
I got to carry a wheelbarrow around. You're saying?
exactly, man. You know?
Yeah, it's a nice and sunny day here, so I might see what happens. Like, because it's 1:30 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon.
It's 11:30 here.
So I thought maybe later in the afternoon, get myself a coffee, wander into the central business district and find the spot, because I know that I keep checking out a nice spot just outside of the central business district of Melbourne. So I might head out there again. It's on the water side. Give it a little bit of a rip, and maybe even rather than editing the video and going through all that, just do a Prism Live and let everybody see it as it goes in raw.
I like going in raw. So does my girlfriend. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
He says we call him Fix. William says small engine repair. Jonathan Jackson says we call him Fix. Just Fix? That's what I've come down to. I can't be shit. I can't fix shit. I just have to be Fix.
Yeah, well, if you go by the Australian tradition, we always have to compress everybody's name. So if you've got too big of a name, you just get it smaller. To William's Small Engine Repair there, I'm in Melbourne, Australia. And we're just about to go to daylight saving time tonight. So everything's going to be an hour behind everywhere else.
You damn Aussies in your burnout contests.
Yeah.
You guys are known for making smoke, bro.
Yeah, we love those.
Nothing like a good smelly smoke fest.
Oh, definitely.
Bro.
I love the smell of burning rubber in the morning.
Furling rubber. It's not a morning until you've smelled some burnt rubber.
Oh, definitely. So it's either that or aviation fuel. One of the two. I do enjoy. I do enjoy either of them.
Maxie, I've learned about you, sir. It's not just daylight saving sucks and DJI sucks. I'm pretty sure you think everything sucks.
Yeah, I want to know something that doesn't suck.
Right.
That's what I always wanted to know with Max.
Let's flip this on its head, Max. What doesn't suck?
Yeah. Take a positive attitude, Max. Let us know.
You sucker, you.
Yeah.
Tell me a Chuck Norris joke that doesn't suck.
Oh, yeah.
Those are epic, by the way. Huh?
You said, tell us a Chuck Norris joke that doesn't suck. And it's like, well, wouldn't that be most of them?
Most of them, exactly. If you say that Chuck Norris sucks, you're just going to die instantly. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things, man. It's like, threaten God to strike you with a lightning bolt. See what happens, bro.
Yeah.
Let's
see what happens there.
I mean, we're talking about a guy who doesn't go swimming. He just allows water to be around him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm just saying. I mean, this guy, this Chuck Norris is pretty badass dude. I'm pretty sure, if I remember the story correctly, he lost his virginity before his dad. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive there.
Right. Ooh, dad jokes are the best.
I've
You got any good dad jokes there, Charles?
Well, I think aren't dad jokes pretty much born
Lame.
of the moment? Somebody says something, almost sort of gives you an opportunity, and then you drive it through like an 18-wheeler.
Dad jokes are meant to be, well, just what they sound like. Dad jokes that are bad. They're just bad jokes at bad times. Like, I'll give you an example, Charles. What kind of elephant doesn't matter?
I don't know what kind of elephant does.
An irrelevant. eh, 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 eh. Dad jokes.
What you meant, like the one a friend of mine got sacked from his job for saying smoking or non-smoking. Maybe he should have asked for a burial or cremation because he worked at the funeral home.
That's a dark joke, bro.
Yeah, I know.
That's dark. That's bad.
Yeah,
hey.
I should apologize before saying that joke.
Maxie says something that doesn't suck is I fix shit.
Well, that's good then.
I am wearing a rainbow shirt.
Oh, that's good.
It's Gay Pride Month, buddy.
Yep, definitely. We've always got to be, inclusive.
I could never consider that. I don't mind what you do behind closed doors. I just like the shirt because SpongeBob is on it.
Yeah, SpongeBob. Yes.
And there's a fucking rainbow. Who doesn't like rainbows? I think of unicorns when I see rainbows. Magical fucking beasts. Fix. I just subscribed to you, mate. Well, thank you, William. I'm an out there individual.
You got the bump there.
I am either liked or hated. There's no in between or neutral ground for me, buddy.
Yeah.
You either like what I have to say or you don't. But at the end of the day, just know Dan doesn't care what you think. So. SpongeBob is the man. I'll give you the yes, sir. I'll cheers to that. I ate entirely too much tonight, Dom. I destroyed a 22-ounce steak tonight, man.
Wow.
Oh.
22 ounces.
22 ounces, buddy. And then I did mac and cheese. Well, I went to the number one place, sir. The place that serves the what is it? The steak, the Aussie steak, the Outback of Greatness.
Outback, yeah.
I went to the Outback of Greatness tonight, and got one of those blooming onions that somebody kept telling me about. So
maybe that'd be close to it. 22 ounces would be close to a pound, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I've looked that up.
More like a pound and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 16 ounces to a pound. Pound and a half would be 24. So
okay, no worries.
So I murdered it. Then I ate a pound of mac on top of that. 3 drinks. Oh, I forgot we had a little girly thing. 3 drinks and some mashed potatoes. Dan's a little on the plumping side of plumpiness tonight. Let's just say things hurt. And I'm probably going to lay a steak baby later on.
I guess you could say it was a mistake to have dinner.
That's a dad joke. There it is.
Yeah. Dan's 87. Hello. Just a random here where we talk random rubbish.
Charles killing it with the dad jokes.
Yeah. Dad joke afternoon.
Where are you located in the U.S.? I am about an hour from Bradenton Motorsports. And if you know what that is Cleese McFarland's Freedom Factory. Everybody pretty much knows where that is.
Yeah.
I am about 45 minutes northwest of Albany.
Where's
Okay.
Albany?
Northern central Rensselaer County. A little itty bitty town. So small it doesn't even qualify as a town. Legally it's a hamlet called Johnsonville.
Oh, damn.
So I am pretty much in East Bejesus.
Mm.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good.
Mm.
Let's see here.
Yep.
Albany, New York. Albany. Okay. Where's the Tammy Jean? Yeah, where's oh, there we go. All right, so that's his wife.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Maxie, good job, sir. You got one good-looking lady, bruh.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw
He's
that out
done
there.
well.
He has
has
done
done
well. I can't guess where iFix is. He sounds southern. Well, hell, man, how you gonna say I sound southern, man? I don't sound like no southern guy you ever met. This sounds southern right here. I ain't no southern boy. I'm from the north, my friend. I'm where
Hey.
we call soda pop.
Oh, so then you must be out near Buffalo,
Well,
because that's where they call soda pop.
technically, I'm from Michigan. I live in Florida, but I'm from Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So
I
I'm
didn't
from-
know that went that far west.
Yeah, I'm from way up top, bro. We
Mm.
say you say donkey, we say donkey. You say washer, we say washer.
Huh.
Slight
And
changes in there.
you think that's strange. Some of the strange terms we've got down here in Australia. We can really throw that
Bro,
out.
you couldn't come to the US and say half the words to us, our general population, because frankly, I happen to like using the word cunt. And it is the most unaccepted word in the US. But if I went over there, Dom, you'd be my number one cunt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You fucking cheeky
Yeah,
bastard.
that word gets used that often here. It's it's a term of endearment.
Exactly. But you can't say that here. Shit, you'll get skinned
No,
alive by a
you'll get-
woman. Whew.
Yeah, hey, Jim Droning's in the house.
Tomato, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Pop
tomato,
is old.
tomato.
Jim's droning. We are
Yeah,
filthy
Jim's
animals.
in the house.
We are
Yes.
definitely filthy animals. Charles being the worst.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Charles has done some freaky things in his life, and that's pretty much what put him in that wheelchair. I want to know the lady that did that to you, sir.
She's not worth talking about.
Hey, Miss Southern Belle. Good evening.
Miss Southern Belle.
Oh gosh.
Hey, go and check out her channel. Her shopping expeditions are one of the best things that I
I
watch.
was wondering if she was another manifestation of Lon.
Ooh, damn. Wow.
Well,
Go ahead.
We suddenly have the hot redhead manifestation of Lon.
Ah.
So
Lon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lon Denard?
yes.
Yeah, he changed his avatar the other day. I'd love to know the story behind that.
Oh, they
we
talked
aim
about it on
please
that
people.
show, but damned if I could
We're
remember the
always
details.
entertaining.
I cannot talk about Lon. I have made agreements not to do that.
Okay, then. Well,
Okay.
we'll change the subject.
We won't push you on that.
I try to be a man of my word. We are blocked again, Dan.
Oh no.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Maxie's on a right now. Trying to figure out where he's at. Yeah.
What? Maybe he's getting throttled by his cell phone service or
murmur. Mike Herenek.
Hey, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Jesus, bro. Who gave you that name? That sounds like a fucking Viking name, bro. I'm scared, bro. Do you have like some Viking back? What do they? Who is the What is the Viking hail from? What is the? I want to say it's like, it's not Icelandic. It's kind of is, isn't it? Where did
Yeah, you think
Vikings
more
really hail from?
Scandinavian,
Scandinavian. Yeah, that sounds a bit more.
Yeah.
Norway.
Norway. There it is. Norse. Norse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Norway.
Norse. Not, yeah.
Finland.
Yeah. Christ, man. You got
Finland,
that
Finland.
Norse name going on there, bro. That
Yeah, probably up that way.
Haranak. Like, I don't even think they would have pronounced your first name back then. You were just a last name, and that was it. Yeah. That's awesome. I want that name. The H is silent, I'm told. So Rennek. Yeah, definitely a Viking name now, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you just
Yeah.
crossed the threshold into thatness. You know, pillage, plunder, rape, take women. You, sir, are a god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
You ever think about stuff like that? I was on my way home from eating all that beautiful steak. I had a long chat with my friend about the worst. If you could choose any way to die in the history of dying in battle with hand-to-hand combat with no guns, what era would it be, and what would be the most vicious way to go?
Wow, I think probably the most vicious way to die in combat, like without a gun, would be sort of European fighting. You know, because
Middle Ages.
as opposed to like, you know, Japanese or samurai fighting, where it's just like, you know, 30 seconds, one stroke, and your history. You know,
Right.
that's merciful.
Sure.
But over in Europe, it was a whole different ball of wax. You know, because you had the Celts that would attack, and they would come down the hill, you know, with a spear, faces painted in blue and screaming. And if they had to get to you, they would impale themselves on. So imagine you're there with a spear. This 6-foot monster comes down, puts himself on your spear to skewer you. And I mean, that's, from my perspective,
So
that's pretty gnarly.
Charlie, Charles, I agree with that. And so I actually brought up two. I was like, I think Vikings, I think would have been a really rad way to go out. Like, bad, just bad, dude. They were ruthless, bro. Absolutely ruthless. And then you had, I think Indians would have been the next follow-up for me, because they were also ruthless, bro. They didn't even, like, they would cut your scalp off while it was still like you were alive, screaming, just peel it off your focus. It's just like, I don't know, man. I think Vikings and Indians would be like my least favorite, and of those two, I think Indians would be the worst. I don't know, man.
I kind of sort of have to agree with Native Americans had some interesting methods of torture too. I don't know how much we can get into here in a live stream, but my 7th grade social studies teacher told the whole class about this one thing that they would do to the colonists if they didn't like you, and it was really, you know, this long drawn out process that was just really sadistic.
Dude, I couldn't even imagine, bro. Because Indians, dude, they were the same as Vikings, just smaller and faster and more agile. Like, they would kill you with a hatchet, bro, that was made from a stone. Like, that was not very sharp at all. It was just like hit with two other stones until it kind of slightly became sharp. And then they would throw it at you. It was like the most blunt way to go out, I feel like. You know, while they're Indian war screaming at you, tearing your head off with another very dull bladed knife they had. I don't know, man. That just sounds bad to me. That sounds like just a horrible way to go out. What did I see in here? Do you have... Okay. I'm going to wipe this one right off the map.
Yeah.
Do you like A1 on your steak? Any person that is a steak person knows you do not salt or add seasoning or any sauces to a real good cut of meat. Ever. They are preserved in their own flavor of greatness. If they are cooked correctly, you should never need anything on them. If you are a connoisseur of meat and you understand the difference between grain-fed and
Yeah.
free grazing cattle and what they offer you, it is totally different taste and flavor. If you have to put A1 or seasoning of any kind on a steak, it's not a good cut of meat. I'm just going to throw that on the table right now. If you've ever wanted to see the difference, go buy a cheap Save-A-Lot steak for $20 and then go to an actual steak place and buy a really good cut of meat for around $60 for one steak that was free grazing, that was put down through natural, not think about it this way. Before a cow dies, it's been fed crap its whole life, grains and things it was never meant to eat, right? And then they put this cow down and it goes through all these processes of constant freaking out while it's being herded through a thing. And then they drive a stake through its head and it's just panicking and releasing all these toxins and all this craziness into its bloodstream. That meat is going to come out totally different flavor and not tasting good, man. It's going to be very tough meat. That's normally Save-A-Lot meat and cheap store meat that you find. That's what that is. If you go to a place that actually puts down cows gently, they just go out. There's no, they don't have a chance to freak out and release all that stuff into their bloodstream. And they were fed correctly, grass and normal cow diet, right? It is a very different flavor
almost
of
in
meat.
A biblical sense.
It is.
That's part of the Jewish law is how do you slaughter an animal? And then it goes through and goes, you slaughter this animal this way, this animal that way, that animal that way.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you've never had the difference between the two meats, try it sometime and you'll be mind blown. You'll never want to go buy a cheap steak again. Never. You never will. If you can almost, a good cut of meat, you can almost slice through with a butter knife. Just fall right through it like it's nothing. You know
what the other part of that is? The other part of that is that they'll let it age until it actually gets moldy on the outside.
I've seen that.
And shave the mold off and serve it and the roots of the mycelium are what actually make the meat tender because they drill down in.
Yes, the dry aging. I've seen that.
Yeah.
It actually became really popular here recently. I'm watching a lot of YouTube channels that do dry aging. It's totally different. It looks really gross when they first pull it out after like 2 months of sitting, and then they shave the outside off, and then in the middle it's just like, oh my god, that looks fantastic.
Beautiful piece of meat. What is the name? There's some channel. Oh yeah, Guga something or other. This guy is always doing some sort of a different preparation on meat. Like he calls it dry aging. Personally, I wouldn't consider it dry aging, but he's like dry aged steak in honey. And then he'll do like a regular dry aged steak, something that's been dry aged for like a week in honey, and then something that's been dry aged like a month in honey. And he'll cook them all up, and he brings his buddy in and they'll taste test all the three and give their review on each method. Now, like I said, personally, I wouldn't call honey a dry age because honey, even though it's all gooey, is liquid.
Right.
But that, as a matter of fact, the most recent video that I'm not subscribed to him, but YouTube showed it to me, is where he took and made a steak out of cheap ramen noodles. Somehow he managed to get them all to stick together in a great big, like a steak-like piece and cook it. Now, I haven't watched that video yet, but YouTube keeps on suggesting, hey, give it a shot. So I think it's like 18 minutes long. So the next time I've got 20 minutes, maybe I'll look it up. And
that sounds interesting. Hell yeah, man. Lord Akashiro is in here. Akira
Show.
Fuck you and your long names, people.
Yeah.
Akira Show. It is almost midnight Eastern Standard Time. You must be awake and alive to be typing. I doubt that you're a remote-controlled zombie.
Yeah, we believe he's awake and alive.
Where can we get slaughtered proper cows these days? So there's actually Whole Foods Market does a lot of that stuff. If you have a Whole Foods Market near you, they normally do grass-fed cows that were put down gently. Even if you've never had hamburgers made with Whole Foods cow meat, it is on a different level of tasty. I'm telling you, Just try it. I am a huge fan of Steak Life. Like tonight's steak was a little tough, and I was mad because I paid like $37 for my meal. But
Wow.
it is what it is. That's normally what I would pay for half a steak that I would get it cook at my house. So I don't see that as being that bad. It was just a cheaper cut. That's all. Shame on you, Outback.
You know, the more I'm just realizing now, probably what you're talking about is probably something very close to venison meat.
See, now I like venison because I'm from Michigan. We were hunters, and I love venison. And it kind of is. It's however, I will say, venison is a very gamey meat, right?
Right.
Very gamey, and a lot of people don't like that gamey taste. One personally, I like it. I like the gamey flavor. It's different than normal meat. Doesn't taste like a cow, right? It just doesn't. It has its very own, just like lamb has its own flavor, right? Even fucked up lamb that you cook wrong still tastes like lamb. You know, it's just the type of meat it just gives off. It's venison is one of those. Normally, when you kill a deer, it's a wild animal, you know? So it's been eating natural stuff its entire life. So it's the meat's gonna taste like it should.
But if you hunt properly, that kill is going to be over with quickly.
Right through the heart. Boom.
One shot, ideally, one shot.
Yep.
You know, at worst, two. Like if for some reason you don't make your heart shot, maybe you could make a head shot, and then he's you know, gone.
100%.
You know, I remember I thought it was hamburger. My brother gave me this stuff, and I genuinely thought it was hamburger because it was just sort of like ground up in. You know, he bought these generic sort of, you know, the styrofoam thing and wrapped it up in plastic and gave it to me. So I thought it was just like venison burger. So I cooked it up, and I thought it was fabulous. You know, and I tried. I accidentally thought that I had overcooked it, but I didn't. And I cooked longer than I thought it should have, but it was still nice and juicy and moist when it was done because he prepared it right, added the right amount of fat and everything. And so when I said, you know, those burgers you gave me were fabulous, and he goes, oh no, those were sausage. That was sausage. That was ground sausage made from venison. I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I like venison chili.
In the freezer.
I love venison chili. That is one of my favorite chilies of all time. Venison flavor. Oh, dude. Different level.
Yeah. Never thought of making that. I'll try to make that.
It is phenomenal made correctly. It is just delicious. It is, in a world of its own. Michael McReynolds, who is now Michael Drones and RC Hobby. What is up, sir?
Hey, Tammy, there's Tammy. Everybody's been.
Oh, Tammy's in here. Hey, girl, how you doing? Let me know when you're single. Just give me a call when Maxie decides to leave you. Hey, I'm just kidding, Maxie. I'm kidding. I love you, bro. Bros for hoes.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Tammy. Love you too.
Let me see who else we got here that maybe we haven't called out. Mr. B's Outdoor Adventures.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people. That's okay.
Hobby. We didn't say hello to, but hello.
Jonathan Jackson.
11 people watching. So
nice, intimate little live stream.
Yeah, obviously.
DW, I seen you made it through the hurricane, and I seen that McDonald's sign. Well, part of that, so the hurricane came through, and part of the McDonald's sign blew away, and we were just driving around in the hurricane like and then we saw the McDonald's sign, so we threw it in the back of my truck, and then we drove it over to McDonald's and returned it to their front door because it was hilarious.
Yeah, so, would have been great. Hello, Ghostly Findings Paranormal. Welcome to the channel.
Still didn't get my free cheeseburgers, but it's all right.
Yeah, you're still waiting for those cheeseburgers.
I am still waiting on those free cheeseburgers for life. Things I do for my local McDonald's. No appreciation for Dan. Not even a free Happy Meal. No. What's the deal?
They still need the free cheeseburgers, I reckon.
Oh man, this thing just died. What are the
odds? Several billion served.
It's that bullshit. There's my fuck charger. Don't want to play with this too much. It'll unplug my camera. Hey.
Hey,
We need a bigger
Margie.
USB hub.
Yeah, I
Hey,
got
Margie.
one.
Margie's here.
Margie, what's up?
Yeah, Margie from Margie's TV. Margie's here.
Jim said, "Watch him, Max. He ain't kidding." I couldn't do that to a fellow bro, man.
Hmm.
Never. I could never, bro. There's just certain things you'd never do to your
Yeah.
homeboy. That's one of them, man. I believe in the bro code and all that, but nah.
I think he's.
I had a friend that used to do that to my friends' girls, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's as low dog as you can get, bro.
Mm.
Going after somebody else's girl, especially if you're friends with the person, bro. That's no. Nope.
To answer a question that Margie asked, where's Matt? Matt's off doing stuff. He had to nick off, so I decided to nick on.
Yeah, Matt Bump rolled out early.
So I guess
Yeah, that's why I got on.
That makes us Nick at night.
Yeah.
That's good. Look, Charles keeps dropping the dad jokes on us, man.
Yeah.
He's killing it. Maxie said, no worries. He's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him to death. Max is probably one of the coolest dudes I've met. Like in person, Maxie's straightforward like I am, just very, very blunt. You know what I mean? He's on. There's certain people around you that are on your level. Maxie's one of those guys that's on my level.
Yeah, it's very hard to find people like that.
Yeah. It's he's a cool dude, man. No, Max, I'm kidding, bro. I take a joke, man. Take the joke, bro. Walk away with it. He's like, no hate, seriously. Nah, dude, this is a joke, bro. Better watch, Charles. He kills drones. I do kill drones. Do you kill drones too, Charles?
I feel like I came close a couple of times.
I gotta ask, and now, not to be a dick, do you fly one-handed or both?
Oh, both. I'm GPS. I haven't touched an FPV drone yet because I'm really quite the noob compared to virtually everybody else. Okay. I've only had my Mini 2 I've had my Mini 2 for almost a year now. And right. I haven't been able to fly it nearly as much as I want. I mean, the DJI thing says I've done, I can't even tell you how many flights, but it's like, every time, if for some reason I put it up for 2 feet, of course, when you put it back down, DJI says, oh, you've been on a flight. No, I had to put it up. I had to take it down after, a 2-foot flight for whatever silly reason.
Right. He said, Maxie said, I'm worried about Dom. He's the real pimp here. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's what I don't understand. Dom, he had to drag his big ass nuts all the way to what? Do the ladies like guys with huge balls?
No, they must.
I mean, they have to, because you got the biggest I've ever seen, bro. And you just do the ladies come? The panties randomly just come flying at you while you walk around?
Yeah. I've got a huge bag of them sitting over in the cupboard.
I wish I had that problem. Dom's just walking down the street, random panties just chucked at him, throwing them in his pockets and stuff. Oh, that's mine. Sorry, don't step on that. Got that. That's crazy, man. I wish I had that problem. But I will say I do like the Puerto Rican ladies, and they like me.
We all have a preference. So that's...
I know. They are just know how to satisfy their man, sir. They do freaky things at freaky times. Car rides are my favorite.
Definitely.
I'll let your imagination wander on the car ride.
Yep. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
People are showing their balls in this live stream. I'm out. Dude, Akashiro, everyone's balls are... You think we got pants on right now, bro?
Yeah.
From waist down, dude, we're hanging deep.
Yep.
I mean, what kind of live streams you think this was? I got a unicorn shirt on, bro, with a rainbow. Shit.
Yep.
Margiziella TV.
Yep, that's her other channel.
Is FPV hard to fly? Well, maybe I should share one of my videos. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Let's see what happens here. Oh my God. I did not know that plays when people first pop in. I should probably change that. That was loud.
Whoops.
Oh, the good thing is this is all music that is non-copyright. So, oh wait, let me turn the quality up. Oh no, that'll work. That'll work. Ka. And then we'll tell them if it's hard to fly as we fly, right? Dozy, do you currently fly GPS at all, my friend?
Are you referring to me?
No. Our buddy there. Let me know when it's shared.
Okay.
I'll hack the volume down a little bit. Is it ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Go for it.
The big screen?
Yeah, I got the big screen up now. No, I want you have to commentate.
Okay, so I'm flying a 5-inch rig here, and it's capable of about 125 miles an hour. So I'm pretty docile flying right now. I'm flying pretty moderately slow. I'm just kind of having some fun conserving battery, getting a little drone footy in. I'm testing my camera is what I'm doing. And as you can see, it's bouncing around a little bit, so I need to work on it slightly. But that's my bike I ride daily.
Yeah.
Going up, I think I'm going to do a roll. Yeah. So that's as easy as literally just rolling the stick to the right, doing a barrel roll. I mean, just same as if you were flying a GPS quad. This would be what I consider a high-flying aerial, like your GPS quads. Just you're going to see the horizon tilt. You see what I'm saying? You can see the horizon tilt when I lean because obviously there's no gimbal to compensate for that. So you just got to fly smooth. That's really what it is. So this is full acro flying, which means I have total and utter control over the quad. If I lean forward, it stays at that lean until I pull out of that lean, right? If I let go of the sticks, it'll just continue on its course and crash because it doesn't have GPS, and you have to tell it everything from yaw to roll to pitch to throttle all at the same time. So you're doing probably 6 things at one time, plus you're flying through goggles, so you're in your goggles, and you're flying by what you see, basically. On my goggles, I have a ton of telemetry, which is giving me all my stats, battery warnings, all that stuff. If I had to give you a time frame of about what it takes to fly decently fast or good in FPV, it takes about 3 to 6 months to start getting really smooth. So yeah, it's a lot more invasive than flying a GPS quad, man.
Obviously,
it's just variable. Yeah, lots of practice, man. You have to fly by feel, right? As opposed to letting all the sensors do everything for you. You have to do everything is done by feel. You know, you have to see what the quad's doing and then make your best judgment call on the sticks. Yeah. So
muscle memory. You have to. the more you practice, the more you would do it.
It is fun though, man. This is me just playing around, trying to get the camera to do crazy things, you know. So that would be a front flip, and then this would be a back flip. This is what we call a slow roll back flip. It's where you pull back, stop halfway, and then continue back. Right? It makes it look like you're floating. It gives it a very floating sensation, you know. So yeah, that's probably good. I don't think you need any more than that, but yeah. So, is it hard to fly? Takes a lot of practice. Lots of crashing.
Yeah.
Lots of crashing. Yeah.
As the saying goes, if you ain't crashing, you ain't flying.
Exactly. And that's actually me flying very gentle. I fly way more aggressive most of the time. That's just kind of cruising around, taking some cool footy, doing some crazy stuff. So
good night, Akira.
What's the best drone out of all the drones? That's a really hard question, man, because that's really going to come down to what your wants and needs are from a
Yeah,
drone.
application.
It can't be specific to each. It's going to be specific to each person as opposed to
Yeah.
just one. What's the
Yeah.
best drone? Well, there isn't a best drone out there. There's a best drone for you out there, but
Yeah,
there's, man, you got to,
it boils down to application.
right.
Because if
What are
you've
you
got,
trying to do?
yeah, if you've got
Yeah.
a various
and your
application,
budget.
that's what
Yeah.
yeah.
That's very
Budget.
true.
Budget and application.
So,
Because if you're doing a specific task, then not every drone would be apply to that situation.
see, here's my thing, and I see Jonathan Jackson. He says the A2S is top dog. Here's my thing, though. I feel like GPS drones to me have become toys in a sense, right? Once you become the pilot through FPV, you almost realize GPS is unnecessary, right? It really is. You can you can set up an FPV rig with a gimbal if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there is a place for GPS, but once you graduate beyond GPS flying it's like levels of a game, right? You start off as a beginner and then you grow intermediate and then advanced. And that's how I see droning is the same thing. I think there's levels to droning. So where he would say, hey, the Air 2S is the best. Yeah, it is if you're into GPS, I guess, in his world, right? But if you ask me what the best drone is, I'm going to say something like the Nazgul 6S or the Cinewhoop, whatever, because it's going to accomplish a multitude of tasks, right? And you're not being held back by restrictive DJI firmware that's going to tell you can't fly, you can't do this, you can't so. I really think the ultimate drone is the one that accomplishes all tasks without hindering the user. And that would most likely be a open source platform as opposed to something being offered by DJI that's proprietary and closed source. They want to control you. Whereas I think the ideal drone that would work all around would be an open source platform that doesn't have a control vector other than the user, So I think that's a difficult question all the way around.
It's an open-ended question. It
basically,
but a good start would be something like a mini SE, just to get your feet wet,
right?
And then you start moving up the levels. But
he said if you know
it's a little bit harder, so you'd have to learn. You'd have to learn all the lower levels, and considering the fact the question was asked by an Australian, you would.
Not you, Dom. I was telling Jonathan, no. He okay. This is how do I hit this without sounding like an asshole? So Jonathan, let me try to put it this way for you. If you know your area, then you don't need GPS. But if you're somewhere unfamiliar, you want that GPS. I would also say that's not accurate because I love new areas. So my first pack that I always put up, whether I'm flying GPS or whether I'm flying FPV, is to scout. I throw it up, and I scout, right? I look at the area, I get high, and I see what's out there and available, and then I come back down, I change over my second pack, and I've got a pretty good idea of where I want to fly now. So all the packs after that are just going to be shredding packs, absolutely ripping packs. You know what I mean? I've scouted the area. I know I've gotten high enough that I can see what's going on, but I love new areas. I mean, GPS would be a holdback for me in that situation because I've got a new area to play with now. As an FPV pilot, that's all we look for is new areas that offer us new things. So we go out and we try to push ourselves to a new area where we're like, dude, am I going to wreck my quad today? Did I find the ultimate place to fly? Like that's what we aspire to do as FPV pilots. So I couldn't say that there's 100% accuracy in what you said there, man. I think for you that probably works great. Once again, this is all opinion based, So
yeah, I generally use the various apps that tell me where I can fly, and then I'll have a look around and see what the situation brings. I've been looking for a lot of really nice spots and probably found 3 or 4 really good ones. But then you've got the bloody Karens that'll
Everywhere.
I haven't been approached by one, but you get people saying, "Oh, you can't fly here because the council will say something or this or that." But I feel it should be just common sense. I really think if you're not going to endanger someone, then go right ahead. If you're not in the approach or departure of any major airports, I think go right ahead. If you're not around people, and here the rule is you can't be within 30 meters of people. So I think it should be don't go in there approach and departure. Don't endanger people, and don't do anything that would be reckless.
Fly with common sense.
I reckon go right ahead, knock yourself out anywhere else.
Yeah, fly with common sense.
Has to come into play sooner or later.
Fly with common sense.
Most of the best places to fly, anyways, are away from the big cities because that's where all the the beauty shots are. I mean, sure, you got folks like Brian, BMAX Aerials, and he does some spectacular stuff of Houston, but then again, that's not the same thing as like Tom. I don't know Tom Dowling when he gets out there in the desert with the Avata.
Online.
It's cactus and desert everywhere. It's spectacular.
I love tall buildings as an FPV person. I go to cities in hopes of them not kicking us out so I can rip all the way up a building and drop 400 floors straight down. It's like, that's the best feeling in the world when you can go up 100 or 70 stories high and just dip the nose down and just cut the throttle and just free fall.
I was going to say, if you want to get excitement, we've got a building just outside the CBD, probably about a 5-minute walk, 108 stories.
Ooh, that's like the size of the Empire State Building, bro. That's tall shit.
Yeah,
that's tall.
108.
That's a fucking skyscraper.
Nearly 1,200 feet.
Shit, dude, your free fall would be like 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Can I go back and answer this real fast?
Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely.
So I saw a question in here about, and I'm not sure it was quite answered correctly or accurately. So let's do this. Jim, I think you touched on part of this. Over 250 grams pilot cert and regulation. Yes. However, the question was, when do you have to get your 107 license? And the answer to that is anytime you plan on making money. Anytime you want to make money. That literally the license is only if you want to make money. If you don't care about making money, fly as a hobbyist. If you seriously want to make money, because the 107 was only put into play for people that are looking to further a business by using their drone as a tool for their business to make money. And of course, if you're going to use your drone as a tool to make money, the state wants to make their money off of it. They also want to know that you're a competent pilot working for somebody else. So they ask that you take the 107 and then you pay for that 107 license. But that allows you as a YouTuber, right? I've been paid by YouTube for the past, 6 or 7 years, right? I get my Google AdSense. As a YouTuber, if I'm putting up drone content and I'm monetizing that video, that's technically considered in furtherance of a business. I would have to have a 107 license. So my way around that is I monetize all my other videos that don't have drone footage in them. And when I do use drone footage, I just have fun and fly as a hobbyist for you guys. Right. So my way of beating YouTube or beating the FAA is just to post my hobby videos for free with drone flying, and everything else gets monetized that doesn't have drone flights in it. But if I was to do things correctly and actually wanted to monetize my drone content, which I don't see a point, right? It's not going to get many views. It seems pointless. Nobody really sits through flight videos like they used to. So if I'm only going to get 200 views, what is the point of making 2 cents off the video? It costs me more to get the license than to make the 2 cents off the video. So it's like I don't see the point to the 107. I'm not using it to go out and shoot real estate. I'm just going out to have fun as a hobbyist.
To add a little bit to that, because the Australian laws are just slightly different, what we have here is the operator accreditation. You register your drone, you do the operator accreditation, and you are a commercial pilot for anything under 2 kilograms.
Mm-hmm.
You do an online test, and that gives you the power to actually furtherance the business. But on top of that, to do any commercial work, you have to have public liability insurance.
Right.
Now, that's the first level. The next level up is the remote pilot's license, which means that you have more scope to do even further work,
Mm-hmm.
to work with councils, to work with CASA, to work with other businesses. And then you've got another level on top of that, which is the remote owner certificate, where you can actually form a company and to make your own ordinances, make your own I'm trying to think of the right word, but then you can actually then employ other pilots as well.
Sure.
So
Under your license.
Yeah. So that's the 3 levels.
Sure.
The level I'm at the moment is just the operator accreditation. I have the public liability insurance, so I'm allowed to go out and do things. But for me to get permits for national parks and other jobs, I would need to get the remote pilot's license to work for councils. But I can do paid work with the operator accreditation.
Sure. Give me 1 sec. I gotta grab some water, and I want to show you my choice for the best drone ever.
Yeah.
My choice, my opinion. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. Okay. Probably go another 10 minutes.
But yeah, really, the best drone, not to be dissing anything, I am in totally agreement with what Dan said. It's a very personal issue. It depends upon your experience level, your needs, your wants, and your budget. That's what's going to make the best drone for you. Now, DJI makes, I think it's safe to say that DJI makes the most reliable drones. You know, of the GPS drones, ones that are pre-manufactured, ones that you don't make yourself, DJI has it pretty much makes the most reliable ones. The ones that are easiest to fly, the ones that are, like I said, most reliable.
Okay. We're going to go over a couple. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the question this poses, there are so many drones out there, but as a beginner, I don't know what's best. My leanings, and this is only my opinion, I'll open it to others. I would probably spend money on the Mini 3 Pro personally, because it has a level of under 250 grams, and I would feel it's beginner to intermediate, so you don't grow out of it too soon. That'd be my opinion. Because it can do a lot
and delivers really phenomenal footage.
Yes. The other question is wrong question. That question is the Autel is Autel and Skydio, the other two.
So Exio, Autel, Skydio, and then if you decided to bump beyond DJI and that spectrum of all that stuff, we used to have companies like
Mini 3 Pro.
Unique used to be on that list.
Yeah.
And then Unique dropped off. They don't really produce anymore, but you can still get Unique drones. The other one is Parrot, which
Parrot
still,
and RC, yep,
yes,
they're pretty
yep.
good.
Parrot was pretty good. However, they've reached more for the, I want to say, agricultural side of drones now.
Yeah.
They kind of got away from the
Yeah.
consumer drone market, but there's still tons of their products out there that are quite good and quite affordable. You can find them pretty much everywhere. But there are a bunch of, like I said, can I show you some drones here?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the people that don't want to get registered and you want to get into FPV, but you don't want to register because that $5 scares you, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. You would build something like this. Now, this is a home built. This is a 3-inch that is capable of over 100 miles an hour with an HD camera on there that has stabilization. It has the Thumb Pro on there. This build roughly was like $330 to build. It's 4S capable. It'll easily go 100 miles an hour. This will float just like my regular 5-inch. I can fly just like most of my normal FPV quads with this, and it's very small package. It's tiny. It's a little tiny guy that absolutely shreds through the sky. Even with the camera on there that weighs 9 grams, it has gyro stabilization software that you can run through Gyroflow. This thing is awesome. This is also was never released. This was a prototype that was sent to me for testing by Matty Blunts, and it never got released. They've made an upgraded version of this that is actually a little bit lighter, but I've yet to break this frame in 2 years. I have smashed it off trees. I've replaced the motors multiple times. I've replaced the camera. This thing refuses to die. And this has hit trees going 70, 80 miles an hour plus. So this thing will take an absolute bashing, but this also comes in at 247 grams, fully loaded with a 4S battery on it. This is something that I could take anywhere, and it would be considered toy class, even though it's capable of all that stuff and those speeds, and it's still considered toy class. It doesn't have to be registered in the eyes of the FAA. So this is something I bring when I want to do some crazy flying without being restricted. This is what I would take with me, right? Now,
if I could just interrupt you for just 1 second.
Have it.
For folks in our audience that might not know, when you're talking about inches, like you said, 3-inch, earlier you were talking about a 5-inch. I've heard Matty Drone World talk about a 7-inch. You're talking about the diameter of the props.
Props,
correct?
Yes, props.
Okay.
100% prop size. Yep.
Just clear that one up.
Yep, that is prop size. So my favorite drone of all time that is great for everyone if you can afford it, and it's not DJI, I'll tell you that right now. It is the Swellpro Spry Plus.
Yeah, I've seen those, and I'm thinking, oh, that'd be an absolute beast to have.
This flies full acro as well as full GPS, has all your follow me functionalities, has a 4K camera built into the front of it. This does run analog signal, so most of you guys with your goggles can already use this. It supplies 600 milliwatts of FPV range. It'll fly a couple miles away. But this has the ability to fly anywhere, anytime with 0 restrictions. And this is also 100% salt proof, waterproof, everything. If you were chasing a boat, I would rather not bring a rig that if it goes down, it goes down. This can smash into the water at a high rate of speed in full acro, tip on its face, land completely upside down. I can roll it over while it's in the water and take off from the water again and keep on going on my chase, right?
Yeah.
The controller also has fucking incredibly awesome features. This is a fully waterproof controller with FPV monitor built into the screen for full analog. You can see everything's completely waterproof. So if you drop this in the water, it would float. It would just float. You could stand in the water. You could put it under the water and fly if you wanted to, right? This also has the ability to go about 6 feet under the water. So if you wanted to, if you landed, you could reverse the motors. It would pull itself under the water, and you could actually take a trip like a submarine down into the water. So this is one of the most gnarly drones I've ever come across, and these will run you close to $1,200, I want to say. But this is a drone in its own league. This accomplishes all tasks: GPS, FPV, waterproof. You couldn't ask for a drone that does more. This thing is sadistic. So anyways, that is my favorite drone currently.
I'm just realizing you could do special effects shots if you were recreating the Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea
Yeah,
television show with that drone, because
definitely.
you could bring that up out of the water and pretend
Yep.
it was the little sub,
100%.
the flying sub that they used to have. That would be cool.
Fix Q8. What's the name of that? That is the Swell Pro Spry Plus.
Yeah.
And I believe they are still in the $1,200 to $1,500 range. Let me see.
It costs a little bit more in Australia, just in
Does
case.
it?
Yeah. I priced one out, and I reckon it's probably closer to $2,000.
DJ!
He just turned up just as I was about to close it up, because I need to nick off now.
Understood. Yeah, so on Amazon you can buy it right now for $1,068. That comes with 2 batteries, controller, 4 sets of props, everything you need to get started, and it does everything.
Yeah.
It even has a fishing line in case you wanted to attach a fishing line to it. And
Yeah,
drop bait system.
that's something that's fascinated me for a while, drone fishing.
Yep. So, anyways, Swell Pro Spry Plus.
All right, well, we'll say our goodbyes.
Yes.
Okay. Charles,
Yes.
you've got the floor to
Dominic.
say what you want.
Oh, just thanks so much for having me on. You know, this is definitely been one of the better drone chats that I've been involved with, and I want to thank Dan for coming on. I mean, you know, I'm like I've said before, I'm kind of a noob. I don't want to speak for you, Dominic, but having Dan on the show was sort of like having a drone Obi-Wan Kenobi on the show.
Oh,
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. Then
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Your floor for the next minute.
I don't know if I'm gonna
tell us what you're talking about next.
First, I want to apologize to TJ Giggles because he's in here. TJ, I'm sorry we got you really trashed, dude. It was fun. I hope you had fun. You're invited to my stream again. We will never do that to you again. I'm sorry, sir. It was a good time, though. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. I'm sorry it ended so badly, but everything was fun. That being said, I have been doing the drone thing for close to 10 years, maybe plus. I've been doing this a long time. I love drones to death. I don't really dabble in the GPS as much as I used to. I'm more into FPV stuff, but I still have a huge knowledge base up here from all the years that I did do GPS. So I can help you if you have questions. I would assume that's probably why I have a larger channel. I'm very informational, but I also like to help everybody. So yeah. Jim's actually been around a long time, but yeah, man. He said fix link for the. Let me post this link before we get out of here because he really wants this.
No
link.
worries.
Give me one second.
I'll let you post.
I'll post this.
So
link
go right ahead.
Oh wait, I can't unless I'm on. Hold on one sec. I got to be on YouTube.
Can you put it in the private chat and then one of us can?
Oh
put
yeah,
it in the
yeah. We could do it that way. I'll do it in private chat, and if one of you guys are on the thing, yeah, that'll work. There, enter, bam. There's the Amazon Swell Pro Plus fishing package. There it is. So if you guys can post that, because I'm not on the YouTube side of things, I'm on StreamYards. So
yeah, I've got my YouTube chat popped out as well as being on StreamYard. So
hell yeah, man. Well, it's good to see everybody in chat.
No worries.
And thanks for having me on, Dom. Charles, as always, bro. Epic time, sir. Thanks for being here. And I think that's it for me.
We'll say good night.
Yep.
And good evening, good afternoon
good night,
to
everybody
out there. And we'll see you again another time.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.